Hi everyone, it's Justin here, Voices for Voices. Thank you so much for watching, listening, whether you're here in the United States or somewhere abroad. We really appreciate you being a part of the Voices for Voices family, and we always have room for more. If you can give us the big thumbs up, like, follow, subscribe, share, repost, reshare, maybe even pull your phone out and share our Voices for Voices podcast with 25 or 50 of your contacts in your phone. That'd be greatly appreciated as well. And all these are free things, free, Free. They don't cost anything. Uh, and we haven't got to where we are with as many episodes as we have, but without the love and support of each and every one of you. And we're sending that love and support back to you. Uh, we're just grateful to have a place to just be very transparent, talk about a lot of topics. Again, with the underpinning of mental health, trauma recovery. We do a lot of things to do that. One is the show, and then we also have books. Books help mental health, help be creative, help take our mind to a place of uh, happiness, of learning, of history. And we're just so excited to be able to be doing that on a whole new level that hasn't been seen probably uh, the uh, in the world ever. And it's thanks to you that we're going to be able to deliver on that. So thank you so much. What I wanted to get started here on this particular episode is we talk a lot about emotions, but I want to talk about emotions as it relates to me and how I feel when I am getting the mental health help. For as as the story goes, for many years I didn't get help, and then I did. And it's one thing to, check the box of like, okay, I went to therapy today. I took my medication and the breakfast, with my lunch, with my supper, etc. But I haven't really gotten, and I don't think about the actual, how does it feel to do that? Not what the medication and all those things, like specifically like, oh, well, yeah, that's what the medication's supposed to do. It's supposed to help you. I'm just trying to be very transparent and say how it feels to get help because there's a lot of conjecture, a lot of mm, misunderstandings, I think. Uh, well, stigmas, we know that. And I've talked about the hospital, I've talked about a lot of things. But at current state where I'm at, like today, filming this show, I just want to share how it feels to get help. We talk about how hard it is to ask for help, right? Because a lot of us, me included, I didn't want to get help. I didn't know what help looked like. I was afraid. I didn't know what that looked like. I just didn't know. And so it was kind of the fear which if you look at fear, FEAR, false evidence appears real. And so I was afraid. uh, I had fear, but why? I don't know why. So right here, right now, not of course it feels good to get help for me. I can't see I can't see myself not getting help from 2017 on. People have asked, when are you going to stop going to therapy? Talked about this before, but in case this is your first episode, people say, "Oh, Justin, when are you going to be done with therapy? When are you going to be done with medication? When are you going to be?" And I don't know the medication part because I'm not an MD. I'm not a uh, practicing nurse. I that part I don't know. All I know is that's what I'm taking. I'm taking medication. Now, how does it feel when I go to therapy? So sometimes I go in person, sometimes we do the telehealth, virtually. And I want to try to equate this. At the very beginning, I was ashamed. In 2017, I was ashamed that I had to get help, that I couldn't do things on my own, that uh, I just was very ashamed of myself. And I didn't need to be, but I was. Like, okay, I'm conceding that I do need help, whatever that looks like. And so I had to not just subconscious, but I had to consciously, make those decisions. Like, well, okay, well, if I'm only taking medication and a big part of my past prior to that in 2017, a big part of that was alcohol consumption, binge drinking on weekends. And so you've heard me say in earlier episodes, I was thinking, oh my gosh, I'm never going to be able to drink again. And here I am going on 9 years. I haven't had a drop of alcohol, and I frankly don't want one. So how's that make me feel? That makes me feel good because I'm able to show not I'm able to show restraint. Every time I go into the grocery store, in fact, I just got home from the grocery store. Alcohol everywhere. I mean, it's all over the place. Wine, beer, spirits, uh, they're right there. And I walk by them almost every time when I'm in a particular grocery store. And you got to kind of walk through that area to get to a large majority of the store to do your shopping. I mean, it's masterful in the way that if you think about a casino and you stay for maybe 2 or 3 nights, you arrive at the casino where you're staying, Maybe it's the Bellagio, maybe Harrah's. Uh, and so you show up and you check in, and then okay, well you're on, the fifth floor, and you're 521, that's your room number. So the next thing is like, okay, how do I get, where's the elevators at? Right? Like a majority of the hotels I've ever been in, there's, the check-in desk, the help desk, and then the elevators of not on the ground floor, uh, are very close. Well, not at a casino. The casino wants you to walk all the way through as much as possible because they want you to play the games. They want your money. That's just the way it goes. They don't have these big, huge, luxurious buildings outside and inside. Where do you think they get the money to buy to pay to build these particular structures? From people losing money, not people winning money. And so I look at alcohol kind of in the same way. Go to the grocery store, a particular one that I went to, that, and you have to walk through again. Got to walk through the pretty big section of alcohol to get to, I'd say, 90% of the store. And so it takes restraint. So getting back to the feelings. So I, when very first therapy in the hospital, again, I was feeling a lot of shame. I was feeling like I was the only one, and I wasn't, and I wasn't. I wasn't the only one, and I didn't need to feel the shame. I did, but I didn't need to. But at that time, I had to totally succumb to what the process was or was going to be. So it kind of felt like giving a presentation in a way, going around the table, huge table. What's your first name? Why are you here? And automatically I just get like super nervous, like I'm gonna screw up my answer. Didn't matter. I wasn't there to get a perfect score. I was there just to be me. Now fast forward to, our organization, our shows, our events, things that we've had, and we'll continue to have, and even on greater scale. I have to do a lot of talking. And so people ask, do you get nervous? Yeah, I get nervous, but I know that the information, the experiences, the stories, the things that I am sharing are going to help at least one person. And then that one person, at least the one person, is going to maybe help them. It can help in a ton of different ways. We won't get into all those. But how do I feel when I go to therapy now? How do I feel when I see my psychiatrist? The psychiatrist is more looking at diagnosis, uh, updates, updates to the diagnosis. I have multiple, so it's diagnoses, I guess, is I think the proper way. I'm not sure. I think it is. Don't quote me on that. I just know I have areas, multiple areas of challenge mentally. But before I talk about how does it feel going to therapy and that, how does it feel to wake up? It feels good because now I've been able to put a lot of things into perspective that not everybody's going to wake up tomorrow. Not everybody woke up this morning. There's going to be people that will pass away during the day, morning, noon, night. And so at the human level, it feels good to be alive, to not be using alcohol as the crutch that I used it as for a lot of years. Feels good to have as clear a mind as can be. I'm no genius. I'm nowhere even near that. What I'm talking about is I'm able to wake up as clear-headed as I can. And so that feels good. It's just a good feeling. I like, okay, let's get on with the day. So that's what we do. We get on with the day. Some days we'll go to the gym, other days we'll take days off to let the muscles grow and heal and all those great things. So when I go to therapy, kind of like waking up, feeling good, I feel good going to therapy, uh, both before, because before it's like, okay, good. I really need like, at least to me, it seems like the therapy happens at the best times, which are the times that are trying for me. And so I'm very grateful at that, for that. And then during, I'm able to share and talk. So it feels good to get things out of here, out of my brain, share them, and move on. After after the therapy, I feel good because I it's an accomplishment. I was able to do it. I was able to get through it. And so I talked about like, giving a presentation and that having the being nervous and all those things. I've told my story, I guess, so many times. It gets old because it's like, oh my gosh, why do I have to explain it again? I've explained it so many times. But then I think this might be a way to help somebody by me sharing. It may go in. to a psychiatrist notes or a therapist notes, and it may help them with other clients, like the stories and that. Just, huh, a little bit of Lent, I guess. And so is every time I go to therapy make me feel good? Not every time. A majority of the time. If I have a medication change, does that make me feel good? No, no, not usually. Because I know it's going to take a period of time for the new medication to start to take effect. But I, I still do it because I still need the help. And there's a lot of other people that need help, whether they want to admit it or not. I'm not here to point fingers at nobody at all. But asking for help, yeah, that's hard. That's very hard. It's very hard. Oh my gosh. Then when you're getting the help, it feels, to me, a majority of the time, feels good. And I just realized this as we're talking here, the grocery store and having all that alcohol front and center as you kind of go through the produce section and that. Uh, I guess I need to start giving myself some credit every time I go through that. You might say, well, what's the big deal? Well, when a thing is something that has been an issue, like for me in alcohol, to walk through that section almost every time I go to this particular grocery store, it takes a lot of courage to go through that and not want to look around and pick something up and go, okay, well, I'll just have a drink, like just one. So it's kind of like it's a it's a battle, and I need to start giving myself credit. Like I'm not talking about money or like stickers, right? I'm just talking about I need to just realize how many times, and I don't know the number, doesn't matter what the number is, how many times that I've walked through that same grocery store and walked through, let's say, alcohol alley. And I mean, I I would think I would probably be tempted sometimes, but usually it's just like all this is just in the way of in between me and getting whatever grocery or groceries that I'm there to get that's not alcohol. And so I need to give myself a little bit more credit on that. Not because again, not because I'm this high and mighty person. I'm not. But we gotta take the wins when we can. And kind of going through an area like that and having the restraint to just keep walking, talk about emotions and feelings. Now that I'm talking about this on the show, it makes me feel good. But there's so many times that I've been in that grocery store and others, and I've been tempted, but I haven't given in. So what's that feel like? That feels really good. Not the pat on the back and not like that. It just feels good to know that at least for, we don't know how long we're going to live. At least for today, I was able to go through and restrain myself from looking and purchasing and consuming alcohol. That's that's about what we got. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. If you can, give us a thumbs up, like, follow, subscribe, share, reshare, repost. And if you can share our Voices for Voices TV show and podcast with 25 or 50 contacts in your phone, be greatly appreciated and is free. So again, thank you for being with us. Thank you for your love and support. We're sending it back to you as well. Uh, we're just so grateful to have this opportunity to talk and share and how we've overcome certain things at certain times. And we look forward to seeing you on a future episode of the Voices for Voices TV show and podcast. So until next time, please be a voice for you or somebody else in need. And let's please celebrate the voices of everyone all across the world. We'll see you later. Bye bye for now.